Today we have a very special guest with us. He lives in New Jersey, and so we appreciate him taking the time to come to Asbury while he is in Savannah. Will you please give a warm Asbury welcome to the one and only Dr. Albert Einstein.
Thank you, yes.
Dr. Einstein, even though you retired many years ago, you are still in the news. There was a story about you this week, but before we get to all of that, tell us how things are going for you. What have you been up to since you've retired?
Well, I figured that variety is the spice of life. So, after I retired, I decided to do something very different from science.
Well, what's that?
I decided to become a stand-up comedian.
Is that right, a comedian?
Yes, that is why I'm in Savannah. I've got a gig at the Wormhole tonight.
The Wormhole, the club over on Bull Street?
That's right, yes.
Okay. Well, since you're here, why don't you try out one of your jokes on us? We'll be your warm-up act. How about that?
All righty, let's see. I'm reading a terrific book about anti-gravity. I just can't put it down. Get it? Can't put it down?
Very good, very good.
Oh, here's another one. How many Einsteins does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know. How many Einsteins does it take to change a light bulb?
Well, it depends on the speed of the changer and the mass of the bulb. Besides, it's all relative. Get it? Relative?
Yeah.
I'm on a roll now.
Yeah, we get it. Well, that kind of brings us to the news that was reported this week. We read it in the paper that a group of scientists detected gravitational waves for the second time, triggered by the merger of black holes more than 1 billion years ago. Is that right?
That's right.
So you heard about this?
Heard about it? I told them many years ago.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, I predicted this 100 years ago with my general theory of relativity. Now, they've heard the two black holes colliding for themselves. Now, we should be able to learn a lot more about astronomy and this universe.
Wow, that's incredible. Wow, that's fascinating. You predicted it 100 years ago. Well, how did people respond to your ideas 100 years ago? Did they believe you?
Believe me? People thought I was crazy, a loony, a bird brain, goofball, blockhead, bonehead, dodo, buffoon.
Okay, we get the picture, Dr. Einstein.
Okay.
So you ended up being right all along. Well, that's a good lesson for all of our young people out there to hear, isn't it?
Young people? It's a good lesson for all people. If you believe something is right, is good, is true, then don't let the naysayers influence you. Do what you believe is right, and know that it's okay to think outside of the box sometimes.
Well, you're right. That's good advice for all of us. Thank you.
Keep asking questions. Keep seeking.
Hey, that reminds me of the time when you were teaching, and I heard that one of your students came up to you right before a test and said, "Hey, Dr. Einstein, the questions on this year's exam are the same as last year." Do you remember what you said to him?
Yes, I said, true. But this year, all the answers are different.
I like that. Well, we're going to let you run. Thank you for being with us today.
It was my pleasure. Remember, keep questioning, keep seeking, and keep growing.
Oh, we will. Thank you.
Hey, listen, before I go, could I lay one more joke on you?
Sure, lay one more joke on us, Dr.
Okay,
Einstein.
I'll do a religious joke since I'm in church. I'm very flexible, you know. I got a zillion of them. This one brings down the house.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Okay, God was talking to one of his angels and said, I figured out how to rotate the earth so it creates this really incredible 24-hour period of alternating light and darkness. The angel said, well, what are you going to do now? And God said, call it a day.
Albert Einstein, ladies and gentlemen.